Is it a vanilla cake, buddy, or what?
Well, what is a Twinkie? Of course it is.
Sweetie, I've never had one. I do not know.
You never ate a Twinkie?
I never ate a Twinkie.
Come on, oh, boo. All right.
I'm sorry, we were a Saladoro family. Back on.
Rachael Ray is just as sweet as those homemade Twinkies that she was baking with reality TV's cake boss, Buddy Velez-Mitchell. And I just got a taste of what it's like to be behind the scenes with Rach as she cooks up food and fun every day. Showbiz was on location with the Emmy nominee. Rachael is up for the Outstanding Talk Show Host Award at the 40th Annual Daytime Emmys. So Rachael has now taken home 2 statues as Outstanding Host. We're going to see if she adds a 3rd at this year's highly anticipated Daytime Emmy Awards. It happens next Sunday night. I'm going to be right there for Showbiz Tonight's live red carpet show. That'll get underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then it's on to the big show. It's going to be a big night for Rachael Ray. She tells me that she's looking forward to seeing friends and the fans and, of course, the champagne. But Rachael also reveals to me the one thing she will never, ever do as an Emmy nominee.
It's huge and weird. You know, I think of myself as, you know, a cook, you know, from upstate New York, and I get to come to work at this show and sit down with, you know, I mean, I can't even say it with a straight face, but I get to sit down with Oscar winners and presidents and rock stars and, you know, chit chat and then go into the kitchen and make dinner. I literally do, by definition, what I would do on a day off as my job on the show. To be, you know, awarded by being nominated for an Emmy for something that I consider like a day off is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I do always root for us a little bit because so many people work so hard at this show and they bring their children and their dogs and cats with them, you know, because we work real long hours. So, you know, I think of it like our family is running in a big relay race, and it's super fun for these folks to get, you know, awarded, but I never prepare speeches for stuff like that. I'm superstitious. I'm a Sicilian, and it's just too freaky.
And of course, it's such a big party being at the Daytime Emmys. I'm going to be right there. It's at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. But they serve food. So imagine how daunting it is for the people in the kitchen, knowing that Rachael Ray is among those sitting at the table sampling their wares.
No, I know some of the world's greatest chefs quite well, and let me tell you, any chef would tell you this: when we're hungry, we will eat anything, and sometimes we'll bet each other to eat awful things. So actually, anybody who loves to cook, anybody who's a chef, they're pretty not picky.
Okay, but will you have the fish or the steak? I just have to ask because they asked me to find out.
I will have the champagne.
Yes, there'll be plenty of that flowing, and hopefully in celebration, a big toast for perhaps another win for you. With all the amazing things that you've done on the show and the guests that you had, is there one thing that stands out as perhaps a singular most memorable moment?
So many of them. Our first show of this season was very special. It was the first time we had First Lady Michelle Obama for the whole show in studio.
The girls went to summer camp, right? So they were away for a month, and they were both away. So I would sit by the mailbox and wait for those
Waiting for the
notes.
letter.
It was like, go, and they'd be like 2 sentences.
Michael J. Fox is somebody who I consider a friend and someone that I just admire in every way. He's my favorite optimist. And the first time he came on the show to surprise a young woman who had raised $64,000 single-handedly for Parkinson's was pretty big. And the day we launched our Yomo initiative when President Clinton was here, and my mom actually came to a show. And I think she even gave President Clinton a little bit of a hair flip.
Really?
Yeah, when he came down the aisle.
Flirtation going on.
If you were able to join any rock band in history, which one would it have been?
In history?
In history.
Just for kicks, I'd play with the Stones.
All right.
I'd love to see that. And no surprise, when you're visiting Rachael Ray, she really makes you feel like you're in her home, even if you are a former president. So I've got my fingers crossed for you, Rach, on Emmy night. I will see you there. And I want you to be right there with us. I'll be live on the red carpet, bringing you full coverage of the Daytime Emmy arrivals, kicking off on Sunday night, June 16th, here on HLN at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That takes you right into the 40th Annual Daytime Emmy Award Show at 8 p.m. Eastern.